Welcome back everybody to Free Film Friday. So this is a series where I look at free films and recommend you them. Not necessarily films that are going to be the easiest to get a hang of, and some might not well be even available on streaming services, but they are well worth seeking out. And the first of those is going to be one that we've already looked at in an update video, and that is 36 Hours, which is a kind of like a Hitchcock-style suspense thriller set during World War II. And as I've already explained in the update video, it's a film that was released in 1964, directed by George Seaton, who did the likes of Airport and the original Miracle on 34th Street. Stars James Garner, who was in the likes of Great Escape, Grand Prix, Eve Marie Saint, who was also in Grand Prix, as well as North by Northwest, On the Waterfront and Superman Returns. And you've also got Rod Taylor, who was in The Birds, 101 Dalmatians, The Time Machine, and even Inglourious Basterds as Winston Churchill. And James Garner is our protagonist, who gets kidnapped by the Germans, and they try and convince him that World War II is over, so that they can get the details about the Allied invasion of Europe out of him. Basically the D-Day landings. And Eve Marie Saint plays a French nurse who, under coercion, pretends to be the nurse for James Garner's character, as well as his love interest, as they pretend to be engaged, because this is a film where they try and convince our lead that it's 1950, not 1944, so they can get all the information out of the D-Day landings out of him. As they try and convince him that he's been suffering from amnesia for 6 years, been in and out of losing his memory, so he doesn't know what is what and where he is and everything like that. And Eve Marie Saint is a French nurse who, is a Holocaust survivor from Auschwitz who has to, play along, otherwise she'll get sent back there. And she really does not want that, because she's seen so many horrors, as she describes in the film, to the point where she can no longer even cry, because she's seen so many horrors. And Rod Taylor plays the German psychiatrist, trying to convince him that he's lost his memory for the last 6 years, but of course he hasn't. It's only been a few days since he was in Portugal on a mission, and he gets drugged and then kidnapped and taken back to Germany, where they try and convince him that he's in a US army camp. And it's really, really great, this film. It really sells the whole premise effectively. You really do believe that James Garner thinks it is 1950. The cast are brilliant, the score is good, and you really are at the edge of your seat thinking, is he really going to ever find out if it's 1944 or not? And that he's at the risk of telling them the details that they want to know. So it really does it nicely, and it balances its thriller elements with the darker elements as well, because obviously it talks about the Holocaust, it talks about the atrocities that Germany have committed, and although our German psychiatrist has noble intentions, because he's doing this to try and prove that you can make soldiers who've been in battle and suffering from PTSD and the like, that they have never been, that they are no longer in a war, to help them forget their past troubles. He ultimately is obviously having to do it to do an evil thing to try and prove a good thing, but you really are toing and froing whether or not you're going to be on his side, because obviously he is trying to do something noble, but at the end of the day it's being used for evil means. So it's a cracking film. As soon as I finished watching it, I was like, I have to recommend this, because it is that good. And it's available via the premium collection on HMV, so if you are in the UK at least, you can easily pick it up. So again, I highly recommend it. Now moving on, only 9 years ahead, with 1973's A Long Goodbye, starring, firstly directed by Robert Altman, who also did Mr. McCabe and Miss Miller, which is the only film I've seen, but it is a revisionist western, and it's really rather solid. But he was also involved in the likes of Nashville, MASH, and The Player, which are three relatively well-known films. And this stars Elliot Gould, who was in all of the modern Oceans films, so 11, 12, 13, and 8. Also Contagion, A Bridge Too Far, Bugsy, and Capricorn 1. Also stars Nina Van Palant, who I've never seen much from, Not even heard of much from her either. The only notable film I can find out about her was she was in American Gigolo, but even then she wasn't top billed or anything like that. And then you've also got this great Sterling Hayden, who was in The Godfather, Doctor Strangelove, The Killing, and the really rather underrated and superb noir film Suddenly. And yeah, this is a neo-noir thriller, and it's about a detective called Philip Marlowe who tries to help a friend who is accused of murdering his wife. And yeah, interesting fact, this has an early uncredited appearance by Arnold Schwarzenegger. The score is by the great John Williams, and yeah, the plot is really engrossing because not only does it manage to balance the humour with the more serious side of it, because obviously it's dealing with murder, but yeah, the whole plot interweaves between those two elements as well to drive it along. And yeah, the characters are given a great deal of depth. Elliot Gould's character is really rather good. He's also got a cat, which is also a benefit to me as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, it's easily one of the better later noir films. Obviously, neo-noir means it's like past the heyday of noir films, and yeah, it's certainly one of the best neo-noir ones out there. And yeah, well directed, got a great score by John Williams, and yeah, it's really rather interesting. I'm not going to give too much away because being a noir film, the whole point of it is not knowing what's going to happen, because the plot has plenty of surprises going for it, and a really rather solid ending as well, which I wasn't expecting, but it's a really rather good, unexpected ending, and yeah, it's a really rather joyous one as well in some regards. So yeah, this is released via the Arrow Academy brand, who are under obviously Arrow Films, and yeah, it's a solid film. It's not even 2 hours. I don't think it personally deserves the 18 rating, but there we go. And yeah, it's a fantastic film in many ways, and yeah, Elliot Gould is fantastic. And finally, moving on to something a little bit more modern, and by a little bit more modern I mean from 2016, as this is Kubo and the Two Strings, which is easily one of my favourite stop animation films. In fact, it's a stop animation motion animated action and fantasy, and yeah, it's got a superb cast in it. But firstly, it's directed by Travis Knight, who also did Bumblebee, but that's the only other film he's currently directed. But it is easily the best Transformers film out there. Art Parkinson voices the voice of Kubo, who I've only seen in one other film, and that's San Andreas. But it's also got a fantastic supporting cast in the form of Charlize Theron, Ralph Fiennes, Rooney Mara, George Takei, and Matthew McConaughey. I don't really need to explain what films they've been in before. It's fairly obvious what they've been in. And yeah, this is about Kubo, who mesmerises the people in his village with his magical gift for spinning wild tales with origami. When he accidentally summons an evil spirit seeking vengeance, Kubo is forced to go on a quest to solve the mystery of his fallen samurai father and his mystical weaponry, as well as discover his own magical powers. So yeah, it's got a great mix between... It's set in feudal Japan as well, by the way, so it's got a great mix of action, comedy, serious themes to it, but it's also looks superb with its feudal Japan setting. And yeah, the score by Dario Marianelli, who's done Paddington 2 and V for Vendetta, but he also scored Bumblebee alongside Travis Knight, so they've worked together before, or since even, because Bumblebee came after this. And yeah, it's got stunning visuals. Like I said, the score is amazing. Really works well with the visuals to create a visual and musically brilliant film. And the cast of voice actors are also brilliant as well. Like I said, they really do get the comedy down right, but they're also, able to take the serious moments seriously. And yeah, the world building is also really well done as well, because obviously it's set in feudal Japan. You're not obviously going to be well known to that kind of world, but yeah, it really sets everything up nicely, and the stop motion animation is glorious. It's really superb. It's done by Leica Studios, who obviously did Coraline and the Box Trolls. And yeah, this is easily one of my favourites from them. It's one of the few animated films I've actually been to the cinema to watch, but I actually see it since I saw it at the cinema back in 2016, so I do need to give it a watch again. But yeah, it's superb, and yeah, really rather nails everything about it, to be honest. It's just a shame that it didn't make much money. It cost about 60 million to make and only made about 77, so yeah, unfortunately it was a bit of a bomb, but quite frankly I can't recommend a better box office bomb than this, to be honest, because not all films that fail at the box office are bad films by any means. So yeah, I highly recommend all three of those. I know the three different kinds of films. You know, you got a suspense thriller set in World War II. You got a neo-noir film, neo-noir thriller set between Los Angeles and Mexico, and then you got Cuba and the Two Strings, which is a stop-motion animation from 2016. So yeah, quite a nice variety of films there, but all recommended, and yeah, all of them have plenty of positives going for them, and not much in the way of negatives, really, to be honest. I give 36 Hours in Cuba for 4.5 stars each, and Long Goodbye gets a solid 5 stars. So yeah, again, highly recommend all of them, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed the films I recommended last week, if you managed to get to watch them. But if you haven't, then at least watch these ones, because these are probably even better, to be honest. So yeah, nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.